I'll look at her, she look at me. Hey, everybody. Good evening.
Good evening.
You know, we came on, we were like, you gonna talk? You gonna talk? I'm gonna talk?
I thought you was guided, you know.
I'll go ahead with our roll.
You gonna roll with it?
I hope everybody's doing good. I really enjoyed, my wife and I was talking about last night, and as we stepped into this new chapter, this new season of our lives.
Change, y'all.
Ooh.
Growing.
Ooh. Ouch. It stretches, change and the stretch is never comfortable.
Yes.
But, it's worth it.
Absolutely.
It really is worth it. Mm-hmm. So, and that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. We're going to continue on in that particular portion talking about change. Mm-hmm. We're coming from the devotion in the U Version app. Mm-hmm. It's called Growth Through Change. And God did something with my wife and I when I started talking about it, and she kind of came on board, and we started sharing, going through this devotion, because we're going to have an event that deals with growth and change in October. Yeah. So we thought it would be good to do this devotion with everyone, because we always do devotions, each other. But too, the word says iron sharpens iron. Yeah. So when you have these kind of conversations, another perspective can kind of help you get a better understanding of things, a different look at it, a different viewpoint. We're
just inviting you guys into our little space, okay? Mm-hmm. So just sit down, make yourself cozy, get you some water.
Get you some water. That's right. That's right.
And just relax. Mm-hmm. And feel free to chime in on anything that you hear. And by no means do we say that we know everything, because we don't.
Absolutely.
But we're all here together to change and to grow.
Absolutely. And this is like, if you have a devotional time, that's exactly what this is. It's a devotional time.
Absolutely.
We're coming in here and just sitting down and discussing what the word says and what God gave this author in this devotion.
Right.
So this particular one, I'm going to go ahead and start it. And if we feel the Holy Spirit stop you to want to share something, just jump right on in.
Absolutely.
So it starts with, change has been a catalyst for growth in various aspects of my life, the author says. Few of these changes, however, were comfortable at first. I can't say that I was welcoming to these changes, nor was I expecting them. You see, God doesn't usually tell us when it's time to move, because he knows that we'll pack too much. Come on.
Are you talking about me?
I think he's talking about you.
I think he's trying to be a little shady, y'all, because when we go away, anytime I go on a trip, I tend to pack too much.
Really?
Just a little bit, y'all. Just a little bit. And, when I read that, it reminded me how sometimes I may pack too much, and then I don't consider that wherever I'm going, I may want to pick up some things and bring it back. Amen. So now I don't have room for it. And so when the author said that, I thought about God is like, okay, I'm getting ready to make some changes in your life, but I'm not going to tell you about it, because if I tell you about it, you're going to be like, I want to take this, I want to take that, I want to, I want to take this person and that person, and then he's like, but because where I'm taking you, it's going to change you, it's going to develop you, you're going to gain some things, so you're not going to leave the same way you came. You're going to have more than what you came with. So now, if he's going to give me more than what I came with, I need to have some room to do that. And sometimes we might need to, empty ourselves when it comes to this, to a change, or when God is doing a transition. I like to say it's like a shift that's happening, a transition that's happening within us, that we need to surrender all to God, empty ourselves out, so that we can receive all that he has for us.
When you said that, when I was reading this, and welcome 1533, hey, look, this is kind of far away from me, so help me out. Don't laugh at me too hard when I'm trying to read this. What's up, Cheryl? I'm glad you joined us.
All right.
And BKMMA. You know what? Let me just stop.
Just hey, y'all. Hello, everybody who just joined in. We're not going to try to read all y'all handles, because we might mess up.
I be jacking stuff up, squinting my eyes.
And I don't have on my eyes right now, my extra eyes.
But the author says here, God doesn't usually tell us when it's time to move, because we'll pack too much.
Absolutely.
What came to my mind when he said that is, we'll pack some things that are unnecessary, that might be a crutch to us,
Absolutely.
that we won't need where he's taking us, and it can become a distraction,
That's
or
good.
could become a crutch.
Absolutely.
And we'll start bringing things, and God said, I just need you to come on. Remember the story in the Bible when he told Abram, he said, look, you and your family just go to a place I'm going to show you.
Yes.
And Abraham brought Lot. And you see what kind of drama that brought.
Yeah, it brought a whole lot of
He
drama.
told him, don't bring your family. But
But he did anyway. And that's what happens. I'm sure you can attest to this. You may have gone through this yourself, or you may have witnessed this. I know I've witnessed this in the entertainment world, where people will rise to stardom, and then next thing you know, they're down. They may be a one-hit wonder, or they've taken on too many people to take care of.
Yeah.
You know, figuring, well, if I made it, then everybody else that's connected to me has to make it. And that's a good attitude to have, but you got to make sure it's the right timing, like we talked about yesterday.
Yeah,
it's a time for everything.
right time and the right people.
Absolutely.
Because some people can bring you down when God's trying to take you along somewhere. And that packing too much can be bringing too many people with you.
Absolutely.
Bringing the wrong ones with you. And that's when you really have to be obedient to what he tells you to do.
Right.
Look, just you and your wife, I need y'all to come on. Don't bring your family.
Absolutely.
Because if you do, you're going to have some drama later on in life.
Right.
And that's normally what happens. Cause a lot of drama. I'm going to keep reading.
Okay.
For me especially, changes were necessary. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have moved at all. I tell you what, I'm going to stop right there for a minute. And please, if y'all want to chime in. I think I can read some of this stuff. So I'm going to share a testimony right here. A few years back, when I was on the job, I called myself a believer, but I did not like my boss.
You was a believer.
I believe I didn't like him.
You just had some growing to do. Okay.
I really had some issues with this guy, and I was murmuring and complaining, and was a poor example of a child of God in that environment. God had to make some changes.
Yeah.
So out of all the people that were on my team, they moved me to a place by myself. And after thinking about it, a few months later, I knew it was God moving me, because God had to make a change.
So you
because
was in
of my
timeout.
I was in a long time out.
Y'all don't be in timeout like this one.
I was in a couple of months time out.
Be obedient.
But he had to get me away to change how I thought.
Yeah, you had to change your heart.
He had to change my heart. He had to move me and get me to myself, where I didn't, because everybody else was there complaining and stuff like that too. But look, I called you to something a little higher, so you can't stay there.
Right.
And I got to get you out of there.
Absolutely.
So here's the thing. After going through that, after spending that time away and allowing God to minister to me, now here's how God works. I end up going on a trip with my boss somewhere. We had a nice conversation, and check it, my mind was right, my attitude was right, we had a good conversation. And then my boss started revealing to me how he was raised. And when he started revealing to me how he was raised, then I started understanding why he was the way he was. But guess what? If God didn't move me to change my mind at that time, I probably would have never received that or never saw why he acted the way he did. So God had to do something to get me right. And our change is a lot of times, I didn't want to be over there by myself. I resisted it, but I had to stay. And through that change, I grew.
Absolutely.
I didn't like it at first. Like a little kid, wouldn't have his way. And I'm away from everybody. I wanted to be with the other complainers.
You want to be with everybody else,
Right.
And keep complaining.
Come on.
But then you would never grow.
Never grow.
And that's what God wants us to understand. He doesn't want us to be stagnant. He created us for more than that. He created us to endure different transitions and to endure change. That's why when he does take us through different changes, he knows that we can handle it. So we don't have to, think, oh goodness, what is this? We welcome change when it benefits us.
Yeah.
when we see instant gratification. But when it doesn't, then we're like, oh, hold on, wait a minute. And the thing is, like I said yesterday, the reason why we don't like to like change or embrace it, up front, is because we got to go through it. Meaning, we got to go through a process, y'all.
Oh, not the P word.
The P word.
Ooh.
And that process can take a long time.
Yes.
That process can be very challenging. And sometimes that process, can be good. It may surprise you. It may not take as long as that you thought it was going to take.
What if you recognized that it's a process, and you start thinking differently? This is just a process. I have to go through this for my growth. You might not go through it as long as you think.
Absolutely. I don't think you will. I think the more that you go through different changes in your life, the more receptive that you are. You don't have to go through the process as long. Think about it. When we talked about yesterday the transition of a bud to a flower, or a butterfly, a caterpillar to a butterfly, just like for us, from infancy to toddler, to childhood, to teenager, to adulthood. And then from adulthood, we goes to elder.
Yeah.
But we can remember, and I'm sure everybody can attest to this, when you were younger, you couldn't wait to get a certain age so that you could do things that person could do. Especially like if you was a kid and you couldn't wait to be a teenager. I can't wait to be a teenager. Can't wait till I can get my license. You get there, oh, it's not all what it's cracked out to be, because now you got more responsibilities. So then you can't wait to be 18. I can remember with our children, they could not wait to be 18 years old. They gonna get out of our house. And guess what? I got excited. So I couldn't wait till they got 18.
Sitting there clock watching.
So I'm watching, and 18 came around for the first one. I said, hey, you 18.
Crickets.
Nobody said nothing. Because then they realized change was about to happen.
Yeah.
The change that was going to occur is now they have more responsibilities.
It's scary.
Less of mom and dad taking care of different things. So change, sometimes, like you said, it can be scary. But nevertheless, although it may be uncomfortable, sometimes, like you said, it can be scary. But nevertheless, although it may be uncomfortable, it's better for us.
Yeah. Let me finish this. Ultimately, people change for 3 reasons, y'all. This is what the author says.
Okay.
Number 1, they are forced to by an outside force. I was kind of forced to when I shared my testimony. And the outside force was God creating an opportunity for me to get out of there so I won't mess stuff up. Secondly, they have no other option. Third, they see a benefit in changing. Now, I'm going to read that again in case y'all didn't get it. And if anybody want to give a testimony or a shout out or whatever, they are forced to by an outside force. They have no other option. My back is against the wall. I got to do something different now.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna have to change now because I can't stay here. I don't have any other place to go. I have to change. Third, they see a benefit in changing. And when I saw that, one of the things I thought about was when you and I you started exercising, and we saw the benefits of the change, and we kept doing it and we kept doing it. Something as basic as that. When you see something that's benefiting you, you're like, this change was worth this. I'm gonna keep going.
Well, when I saw this, I thought about again what I just experienced as far as transitioning from my job to come home. And the number one, I felt like I was forced by outside forces.
Okay.
I was forced by the environment of my work place was getting a little hectic for me. And I knew that I could only do but so much. However, I knew that I had the power of choice, that I did not have to take on what was happening in my workplace. So now I had a choice to make. And then number 2, it says they have no other option. I had no other option other than to make the choice that was best for me. And the reason why I say that is because I could have stayed there, and then I might would have gotten time out like you did, and I didn't want to get in time out, y'all. Because my time out might have looked a whole lot different than his. And so sometimes you could stay at a place for, too long, or your assignment is up. And I just felt like I think my assignment has come to an end. And then see the benefit in the changing. I didn't see the benefit of the changing until I left from there. When I left from there, I saw all of these other opportunities and things that I already had planned that I didn't have to worry about. Oh, I got to put in leave. Oh, I can't come to work. Oh, now I can't go over here and visit this opportunity because of my obligation here at work. So I say all of that to say, don't negate change. Embrace it. Don't try to escape it. You know how sometimes we try to avoid different things.
Right.
Don't try to avoid these changes. Just like the things that are happening in the world today, and we talked a little bit about it. Some people have been forced by outside forces. If you're a government employee, you know exactly what I mean by that. We have a lot of friends and family that work for the government, and they had, that the change had came by force for them.
Yeah, had no option.
And then they had no other option. They had to make a choice whether to get another career or go ahead and take whatever they were giving out at their particular agency. Some had an early buyout. Some had to just straight up retire. Some was given that deferment option. And it was just so many different things that they had to make a choice that was best for them and embrace this change. And I believe from some of the testimonies from our friends and family, they saw the benefit in this change because they know that they wouldn't have made this change. They probably would have stayed in the government until their full retirement age or beyond. Based on their lifestyle or whatever have you. Sometimes God got to give you a little nudge.
Right.
He has to create a little nudge for you to change because he know that you're ready to grow, but you don't want to do the work that's necessary. We just don't like work, y'all.
Right, yeah. It stretches you.
Yes.
It stretches you. And the thing about a stretch is when God stretches you, yes, you don't go back to the same form because that's not what he wants. You've been there long enough.
Yeah.
So I'm stretching you now to get another form out of you. And it's not comfortable.
Right.
But if it was comfortable, you probably wouldn't do anything.
No.
But it takes that That's the thing you and I were talking about before we started this. It was the process, the growth. Anytime you grow anytime you grow and you intentionally want to grow or growing, you understand there's going to be some times, there's going to be some challenging times. Yes. There's going to be some things that's going to stretch you. There's going to be some hurdles. There's going to have to be some changes.
Absolutely.
Like it said yesterday, growth and change are heavily connected. You can't grow without some change.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And in that, I think taking it a step further, you have to humble yourself.
Okay.
Because sometimes you can be so prideful thinking you know best or you know it all or whatever have you. And then when change does arise and, growth does show itself to you, you're not ready for it. Because you're like, oh, I already know that. Oh, we've always, you've heard the saying, we've always done it this way.
Oh, boy.
Guess what? It's always another way.
Yeah.
It's another way of doing things.
Yeah.
You don't have to do the same thing the same way all the time. It's okay to grow. It's okay to take, to do something different and to change. A lot of times, like I said, when change comes about, I think we start getting our defense mechanism.
I think the word that came to me when you said that, we naturally resist.
Yes.
When change comes, we naturally resist. And that's it. But you know what, though?
Especially if we're comfortable.
But what I'm going to say is, if you initially resist, but you understand that this is necessary, then you kind of start resisting. And okay, this is a part of my development. And you can take it a different way because you have a different perspective.
Right.
So initially I started resisting, but you know what? This is for my benefit. Like you talked about in the third one.
Yeah.
This is for my development. So, okay, let me go through this with the right attitude. What I found out, even when I had my stinking thinking for a minute, what I found out was when I changed my attitude, I saw things differently. And that made such a difference. I saw things differently. And when I finally got back in general population, what God had me to do, I had a different mindset. I was with people, and I came back with a more of a positive attitude and really redirected a lot of the negative conversation that was going on. And God was like, okay, now you're ready to go with somewhere with him by yourself. And that's when we had that encounter when he shared with me his childhood. And then I started to learn why he was the way he was. And then I was able to even pray for him.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
We get along now. We've known each other for over 20 years. I wanted to choke that joker so many times. But anyway, I hope you're listening to this. But go ahead.
No, I was going to go ask you to keep on reading.
So when we understand the motivating factors, for anybody who just jumped in, we talked about change and the 3 reasons for change. Forced, outside force, we don't have any other option, or we see the benefit of it. So now it says when we understand the motivating factors behind why someone makes a change in their life, we can begin to understand change itself. What's the motivation?
I like that because I know we have been talking about change within ourselves, but what about change in our relationships? That's what I thought about when it said this, because it says when you understand the motivating factors behind it, now you can see why someone makes change in their lives.
Yes.
Think about those relationships that you have, and y'all was good, and the behavior that you had with one another was very familiar, but all of a sudden your counterpart, whoever you're in relationship with, not a romantic relationship,
Right.
it could be a friendship, a family member, whatever have you. Now all of a sudden they acting different, or you say, oh, you brand new, or you forgot where you came from,
Right.
because you have grown in some areas,
Right.
and now you may not receive different things from them like you used to, and they don't like that.
Yeah.
So, and they can't understand, okay, so you changed, you ain't the same no more, and I'm like, no, I'm not the same. I'm still me, but I'm growing. I'm maturing in some areas. I'm developing in some areas. So what I used to do, back here, I don't do that anymore. And I'm not knocking you from doing it, because you have to grow in the timing that's right for you. But right now I've grown, and I can't allow you to keep me at that version of me that you're used to. So I think that's a good point to really key in on. Understanding what the motivating factors are, so that now when you notice different changes within your relationships and those that you're in relationship with, now you don't got to get defensive about it and think it'll take it personal,
Right.
because it has nothing to do with you.
Right.
They needed to change.
Well, and the thing about it too is if you're changing, that change could come with separating yourself from the company you were keeping. There's certain things you just don't feel comfortable, or certain people you just don't feel comfortable around anymore.
Absolutely.
And I'm not, no shade, but
No.
I'm just going in a different direction.
I'm going in a different direction.
And you got to have the boldness to do that. Hey, what's up, V? Glad you joined us. So let me finish this, because I know we're running up against the clock. One of the greatest characteristics that God ever gave people is resiliency, and that's true. The ability to adapt and overcome has been the deciding factor in the rise and fall of families, businesses, and entire countries. This God-given ability to give through hardship and to make do with what we have sets us apart. I remember coming up, hey, look, family here, we make do. We'll make it work. All we got is hot dogs and beans, PB and J.
Wow.
We'll make it happen.
I remember
But-
hot dogs and beans with my mother-in-law. Before we got married, we was struggling, y'all, because we were trying to get a house, get married and everything. So we would go over my mother-in-law's house every day to eat dinner. And every day, we would have hot dogs and beans.
Hot dogs this way, hot dogs that way.
I mean, all kinds of ways.
That's it.
I didn't know you could fix a hot dog in so many different ways.
Now you know. So when we pair this resiliency with regular communication with the Lord, we are able to not only get through seemingly insurmountable circumstances, but come through the other side stronger than ever. So when you're forced to make a change, bring your concerns to God. When we talk about the three.
Yes.
When you have no option but to change, seek wisdom from God. When you see a benefit in changing, ask God for the next best steps. When you see the benefit, don't lean to your own understanding. Okay, God, what do I do next? I like these because
And the key is
go ahead.
to keep God in it.
Keep God in it.
Make God first.
Yeah. Because the first one here says, when you're forced to make a change, bring your concerns to God. I didn't do
Yes.
that initially. I complained.
A lot of times we
And
don't.
you know what's amazing as believers? No, I ain't taking it back. As a believer, I don't want to I don't want to generalize it with anybody. Me as a believer allowed circumstances to influence my thinking and my attitude. Instead of me going to God first, seeking Him first, His kingdom and His righteousness. I didn't do that.
You had to come to yourself.
He had to put me over there by myself.
But you had to come to so that you could come to
So I
yourself.
can come to myself.
So you could recognize who you was.
That's
and
right.
who you belong to.
That's right. That's right. Before I get jacked up.
Right.
Regardless of when, why, and how changes may come, invite the Lord to take control of your actions and decisions. Change isn't easy, no matter how small or insignificant, but change is a prerequisite to growth.
So that means when y'all see change or notice change is happening, know that you're about to grow.
Yep.
You're about to grow in some area of your life. So get excited about that.
Absolutely. And you know something? We should be growing or developing each and every day.
Yes.
Reason being because every day is a change, because every day is a new day.
Yes.
So if every day is a new day and every day is a change, then there should be something out of that day that we should be developing in or grow from. Whether it be an uncomfortable situation
Yes.
or it be a positive situation. Either way. Because what it said, James, count it all joy when we go through various trials.
That's
It's
right.
our perspective. These trials, even in that, he says these trials have benefits.
Yeah, because they're producing
They're
something.
producing. Yep. So when we talk about change, I can't say it enough. Having the right attitude,
Yes.
and you'll grow more effectively, probably even grow a little quicker if you don't fight it as much. And it says here, and with God's wisdom and guidance, change is a small stepping stone towards realizing the potential that He has in store for us. That's where I want to be.
Yes.
And I'm getting the victory, y'all, in traffic. If you live in the DMV, woo, you better change. Sitting in that traffic,
Get a new perspective.
come on, somebody. My wife and I, we do a devotion on the way into work, and I bless her heart because it sure helps me not be focused on that traffic. But even when she does it, I have to, I'll be honest with you, I have to intentionally not focus on the traffic.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll put on some worship music.
Okay.
I love jazz. Sometimes I might put on some jazz. I love listening to Miles Monroe. I might put on some teaching. And I'm doing this because I want to manage my mind, because I want to grow, and I can't allow negative circumstances that cause me to lose it when I'm sitting in traffic. So I put on something that's going to keep me in the right frame of mind, or even teach me a little something. And one time I was doing it, and God says, why are you rushing?
Yeah.
You can't get ahead of anybody else. Why are you rushing? Relax.
Absolutely.
Slow down.
Yeah.
I started listening to him, and I started thinking differently, changing how I think, changing what I focused on,
Yeah.
changing what I focused on, and that made a huge difference.
And that grew you some patience, right?
That grew who?
That grew him some patience, y'all.
Still growing me some patience, y'all. I'm getting better. One traffic light at a time.
There you go.
Yes,
there you
indeed.
Go. Let's give them scriptures real quick.
Sure. And this one really spoke to me because this has he jacked me up with this one.
Okay.
It's Ezekiel 36:26. He says, and I will give you a new heart. That's what he did when he sent me over there. And I will put a new spirit in you. And I will take out your stony, stubborn heart and give you a tender, responsive heart. That is so much what he did to me when he moved me. He had to, it was a heart issue. It was a heart issue. You want to read the next one?
Psalms 51. It said 51:10. Create in me a clean heart, O God. Renew a loyal spirit within me. So it's a heart thing, y'all.
Yes.
We need to change our hearts. We need to change what we allow in our hearts and what comes out of our hearts.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we are at the top of the hour.
Oh, man. The bottom of the hour,
The
actually.
bottom of the hour.
Yeah, that's the bottom time.
Oh, it's the bottom time. Not the top, but the bottom.
It's the bottom. But look, thank y'all so much for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
We really enjoyed being able to be silly, but also be honest and transparent in front of you because we understand that we overcome by our testimonies. That's the word.
Absolutely.
The blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony.
Join us tomorrow for day 3.
Day 3.
Of growing through change.
That's it.
All right,
so
guys.
y'all have a blessed evening. Thank you so